Family Promise of Tulsa County, our mission is to help homeless and low-income families achieve sustainable independence through a community base of volunteers and congregations. We provide shelter, transportation, intensive case management, prevention diversion services, and housing navigations to families experiencing homelessness. I'm not sure if you guys are very familiar with Family Promise, but we're getting ready to celebrate our 4th year anniversary, and we are very grateful for Christ Church, because if it wouldn't have been for Christ Church, Family Promise wouldn't exist. Christ Church and several other local congregations actually pulled together and provided finances, the volunteers, and places for families to stay that enabled Family Promise to open our doors. It's amazing to watch the families whenever they come in from day one. It's hard to describe what they're feeling and what they're going through. Whenever you're experiencing homelessness, you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. You don't know if you're going to be able to protect your child. But because of Family Promise, we do have a place for them to go. It's really amazing to watch them as they come in from day one to where they don't know where they're going to sleep. They don't know if they're going to be able to protect their children, to day 2 or day 5 where they've actually got a job and they're starting to save money, and the congregation volunteers are bringing them meals, and they're getting information, and they know that they can actually succeed and do a better life for their family. Some of the families that we help, we had a mom that actually, when we welcomed her into our apartment shelter program, she hugged the stove. She hadn't been able to cook for her son and her daughter for 6 months. Or the single father who actually did a snow angel on the carpet because he hadn't seen carpet in forever. To the single mom who is dealing with a terminal cancer for not only herself but her child. We gave them an opportunity to come in, take a breath, and succeed, because she actually left a domestic violence situation in another state. So without Family Promise, she had nowhere to go. Like I said, we're getting ready to celebrate our 4th anniversary, and in 2018, Family Promise assisted 7 families. In 2019, we assisted 17 families. Well, then the pandemic hit. And all of our wonderful congregations had to close their doors, so we had nowhere to put our families, nowhere to sleep for the families. So I asked for forgiveness instead of permission, and I moved the 2 families that we had into our little resource center while I found another way to help families in need. Tulsa is very philanthropic with the generosity of the congregations and the Tulsa community. We were able to actually secure apartments, and we secured 6 apartments for a total of 1 year, and we had an angel funder who actually did 2. So the moment COVID hit, we actually doubled the number of families that we were able to serve at one time, because during the congregation rotation, we could only help 4. So we went from 4 to immediately helping 8 at a time. We had to also adjust our program because it was completely different. We were going to the congregations, the families would stay here at night, so we had to redevelop our whole program. In 2020, because of that adjustment, we actually helped 48 families and 27 families and 48 children in our apartment shelter program. And because we expanded our services, we helped 77 families in 2020. That is amazing. Last year, thank you. Last year, we were actually able to help 41 families, and we got 72 children off the street. And thank you. And because we actually increased our services, we helped 313 families last year. And I don't know about you, but if that's not proof of God doing work, there's nothing else like that. So these are not just numbers. These are people. They represent mothers, fathers, and children who received life-changing services and an opportunity for a better life. And none of that's possible without you. We are really looking forward to what God has in store for us this year, and the number of families that we can actually impact in our shared community. And like I said, none of this is possible without you, so I am truly, truly grateful. Matthew 25:35 says, 25:35, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me in. Thank you for welcoming our families in. Hebrews 13:16 says, do not neglect in doing good, and share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. So whether you're giving financially, giving your time, talent, and treasure by providing amazing meals to our families in the shelter program, or just being there whenever we need it, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. None of this is possible without you, and together we are ending homelessness one family at a time. Thank you.